I'm Kevin Shaw, and you're watching the Watercraft Journal.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Watercraft Journal. I'm your host, Kevin Shaw. Today we're at Lake Chatuge, Georgia. Actually, we're on the North Carolina side right now, and we're on a 15-foot, 170 horsepower Sea-Doo switch. This is one of the best entry-level pontoon boats that you can really get your hands on. And because of the versatility of it, because of the easy point of entry, really it is a very affordable boat. It's really something that the whole family can enjoy. So I literally brought my family with me today, and we're gonna enjoy the day out here on the lake. We're gonna bring you with us and walk you around this 15-foot, 170 horsepower Sea-Doo switch. Now that brings up a good point. How can we call this a 15-foot switch? Well, when it comes to boats, the rear swim platform actually counts towards the overall length of the vessel. So, a 13-foot switch with an optional swim deck makes it a 15-foot. So that's why you're able to call it a 15-foot switch. We're not really cheating, that's just maritime law. Now, the more interesting thing is that the 13-foot switch by U.S. Coast Guard standards does not require the expensive exhaust catalyst that the larger 15 and 19-foot switches do. So you're able to get the 170 horsepower Rotax without getting the expensive exhaust that goes on to the larger watercraft, or the larger boats, I should say. Since its introduction 2 years ago, the Sea-Doo switch has really become a really good entry point for the first-time boat buyer. And we've seen a lot of people who maybe wanted something bigger or more family-friendly than, say, a Sea-Doo watercraft, but weren't ready to jump into a full-size vessel just yet. That's where this came in.
So now that the Sea-Doo switch has been out for a couple of years, we've been able to see how well the market has responded to this new boat. And we gotta say, it's been incredibly popular. In fact, even the Watercraft Journal's own video introducing the Sea-Doo switch was one of the most popular videos, not only on our channel, but on the topic itself of the Sea-Doo switch. We even beat out some of Sea-Doo's own videos. So we gotta say, people have been really wanting an alternative, entry-level, price point pontoon boat to get them into the boating market. We really like that the Sea-Doo switch is aimed at that first-time buyer. It makes things a lot simpler for them. It places things in a very natural, easy-to-reach, ergonomic location. For the captain himself, he's sitting here, he's using, yes, a Sea-Doo watercraft style handlebar, but you do have your throttle, you have your IBR with your intelligent brake and reverse. You also have electronic trim here, as well as all the other basic features that you come to expect from a quality Sea-Doo personal watercraft. Additionally, you have some storage down at the bottom. We have cup holders, a digital dash, and this one is equipped with the fish finder and with the Garmin GPS chip as well. This unit that we're testing today is especially equipped with a lot of different add-ons. As I mentioned, it does have the swim platform on the back. That isn't standard for most 13-foot switches. That's okay. You can equip your switch however way you want. In fact, there's quite a large catalog to choose from. So when you go to your dealership, sit down, look through all the different options, and take the time to equip your switch the way you want. And that leads to a major interest point about this vehicle, is that it is entirely customizable. All of the seating, all of the different placements, even where you want your link attachments, can all be modified or customized to fit your needs and desires. So after having racked up a few hours today on this switch, as well as other switches that we've had the opportunity to test ride, we really got to say with a surety, these are meant for pleasure riding. These are meant for smooth water lakes. These are meant for smooth water applications. These are not rough water, ocean going vessels. So be very cognizant of how you're using your switch. We've seen a lot of guys try to be daring and make some really bad mistakes, and it's just pushing the vehicle further than it really was designed to do. This is really meant, again, as an entry-level pleasure craft to get the first-time boat buyer into boating. And as you can see, we're having a great time. We got a beautiful little cove here. We're having so much fun. The kids are out swimming. This is what it's all about, guys. This is what this watercraft is designed for. So definitely don't try to be Joe Daring and go out there and push the machine further than it's really meant to do. The Switch is, in fact, a good, smooth water pleasure vehicle. So what makes the Switch really unique is, of course, the control center. Is that first you're starting with a traditional Sea-Doo style handlebar. You have all the traditional toggles and throttle controls that you would on any Sea-Doo personal watercraft. You have your throttle, you have your intelligent brake and reverse. If you hold it down, it engages reverse. Give it a throttle, it'll ride backwards. You also have your mode select. This is your VTS, this is your trim control. So trim control is adjusting the attitude of the vessel, whether you want the nose down or you want the nose up. This is IDF, this is Intelligent Debris Free System. This is the system that was introduced a couple years ago that literally locks out the dog gear in the engine and will reverse thrust any debris out of the pump. So if you sucked up some grass or some weeds, this will, once you hold this down, will engage and reverse the rotation of the impeller and push thrust out through the front of the intake grate. So this is a neat little feature that has helped out a lot of people. And this is your dash control toggles. And thankfully all of these button pads are very responsive. These will, oh, you can even see the trim move as I do it, even though the engine is not running. And they have a very good tactile feel. Start stop button, and of course you have your safety lanyard. Your safety lanyard will lash to your vest or your swim trunks, as I've been using, and it plugs in right here. Excuse me. We also have underneath your traditional lights, your horn, and then you have your anchor lights, docking lights, and of course your bilge. And these are all standard on all maritime vessels. We have two nice deep cup holders and a tactile pad. I've been keeping my phone there. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's been nice. As I mentioned before, this one did come to us equipped with the Garmin Fish Finder and GPS tracker. This has been really nice, especially when you opt to have the Garmin GPS, the navigation card, and you get all sorts of different mapping screens. And this is something that may be worth looking into if you want to equip your Switch accordingly. Inside, we also do have a twin USB port plug. We've been charging a phone and GoPro, my GoPro cameras with this. So that's a bit of a lifesaver for us. And also we have obviously all of our legal documents in there, which you're gonna wanna keep. Another standard feature is our captain's chair. I prefer to have a little bit more visibility so I can read the water. So I've been using the tilt up on the seat, and this is a nice little booster. Gives you a little bit more visibility. It's still very comfortable, has a really nice cushion to it. But if you don't want that, or if you're taller than I am, you can fold that down. Of course, as a traditional captain's chair, it swivels, and then when you're away, whoops, I'm doing this backwards. But you can tighten it down and then you're locked in position. So that's really good. Of course, we've got our Link accessory mounts here. We brought ourselves a cooler, and your Link attachments operate just like it would on your regular Sea-Doo personal watercraft. But we're using the cooler for today, so we definitely want to keep this one latched in. A few other standard things before we get into all the different accessories. Obviously, we have a front gate. They don't have any side gates. Even on the larger ones, they don't have side gates. They use a front gate. The front gate's very easy. All you have to do, pull up, slide out. And that front gate allows you entry back and forth. We also have right here the standard anchor storage. We have our anchor already in. We kind of need that, or we're going into the shore, but it does have this really nice anchor lead, got lots of length. It is epoxy covered and powder coated black, so it's not going to rust out. It's a really nice piece, and you have a stainless head right there that will mount to it. So it's a really good standard feature to make sure that you're able to do what we're doing today and just have a fun, enjoyable weekend out on the water. Now, let's get into the versatility of the Link design. First, here at the bow, with the smaller units, they offer these lounge pads. These lounge pads can be mounted in any position. You'll see all these little tab spaces are in every corner. So I could take this one, slap it down here, latch it down, and you have a little spot right here in front of the captain to sit down. It's a nice cushy, has a little bit of give. The kids were laying out, sunbathing using this. And if you don't want to use these pads, they even have a lounge seat that has a nice recline to it. We opted for these pads for today. We also have all of these seats, and these seats are really very nice, have a nice texture to it, really upgraded design. I mean, this is good stitching, it's good marine grade material, it's not trashy, it's not thin. A lot of entry-level vehicles will have like a vinyl that just feels really thin, kind of cheap. These actually feel really deluxe, which is nice. And every one of these seats, also, you can flip up the seat, flip up the cushion. You can take the cushion off, but then you have all this storage. Clearly I need to hide my trash, but got my camera bag, got all sorts of room here. Latches back in, and on the switch, if you see one of these bright neon tabs, you just reach under, that releases it, and now you can pull this seat up, and it's this lightweight, and you can put anything you want here. This really makes the Sea-Doo Switch possibly the most versatile watercraft on the market. It's really impressive. We jokingly said it was a lot like a Lego build your own boat, and they didn't want to use Lego in the marketing term, but we can say it, and it's really a lot of fun. So you can build out your couches how you want, you can build out your front lounge how you want. It really allows you to do whatever you want with your Switch watercraft. Underneath the center section, or the center tritoon, is your storage. We have full storage here. You have your oar, you have flares, we put an extra life vest in there. We've got all sorts of different equipment. This is your big bow storage. We also have some safety equipment that's pretty standard stuff that you're gonna wanna have here on the lake. They lock down very easy. Simple twist and lock, and they lay flush. Then In the back, if you want to access the engine compartment is split up into two. And I'll show you what I mean. All right. Here is our 1630 Ace engine. Is our Rotax 170 triple 4-cylinder, and it runs on regular pump gas. It is a standard 87 octane, just like it would a GTI 170 or GTX 170. We have been riding for 3 hours, almost at wide open, with 5 people on this boat, and we just dropped down by 1 bar. So our fuel consumption has been just miserly. It's been really nice. But let me put this back on and I'll show you the exhaust where I am kneeling right now. And here we go. Pretty traditional stuff, everything that you would imagine. Water box, and it is a Polytech 2 style plastic hull. All right, it's what's keeping the weight down, it's what's keeping the price down, and it is still fully repairable, and it is a pretty reliable material. We've seen very, very, very few failures when it comes to the GTIs with the Polytech 2. Even the GTR 230s are doing really good, and we know of at least 1, if not 2, 300 Ace swapped Polytech 2 hulls, and they're doing great. So I gotta say, if you're concerned about the Polytech 2, stop it. And you can see, we're gonna put the camera down at the bottom, there is no water in this hull. There's nothing floating around. There's no big pool of water sitting by the outdrive. It is dry as a bone in there. So do not think that these are sketchy by any means. This has been a really good unit and has racked up all sorts of hours. So we're gonna put this one back on. We'll show you the swim step with the extra link attachments on the back. So as I said earlier, our 13-foot switch is really a 15-foot switch because it came to us equipped with the 2-foot swim platform. One of the nice things about the 2-foot swim platform, as you can see, comes with a pair of link attachments. So if we wanted to pack our coolers back here, or if we wanted to bring some extra gas or extra storage, we got it. But the nice thing is, it is really stout. It's got a nice texture to it. It's a nice non-slip texture, so you can stand on it even if it's soaking wet. And yes, it can even take a big guy like me standing on it. It's not gonna flex. It's not separating, you know, doesn't wobble. You're not hearing it creak. So it's really a nice stout unit. It really is something that you can quite literally dive from and have a good time and let the kids just beat on it. It really will stand up to the use of a family. So we're pretty excited to have this. It kind of made this this switch for us, was having this extra storage and having the diving platform. And of course, the back seats, in case we hadn't shown you earlier, the back seats do fold down flat. They do make a nice sunbathing area. People who want to lay a towel down, lay out, whatever. And as we showed earlier, get this little radio out of the way. Oh my God. Here we go. They will fold out of the way, and you can have a nice open area if you wanted to take these out. These do come out very easily. It was just it's awkward with the folds. But yeah, they come right out. And you can have this fully open, totally wide open if you wanted. These are neat corner pieces. These also can go in the front corners if you wanted. If you wanted to put this guy up front and put 1 or 2 of these chairs up front, you can also rearrange the deck to look accordingly with that. Let me put this guy back. So one more accessory that I would feel remiss if I didn't talk about were these dock bumpers. Dock bumpers are not exciting stuff to talk about. It's not exactly what you'd call sexy stuff, but there was a lot of thought that they put into these. These can be mounted like that and they'll work great, but if you have a lower dock, they simply pull off the hook, drop down, they'll protect the sides of your switch, and when you're ready to go, pull them up. You'll see the little hard plastic hook right here. It slips right into the hanger and you're done. Now, if you don't want to have these, they literally unhook and you can store them. And when you're ready to put these back on, that hook, you simply go like this, snaps on, hangs in place. We've had these hanging the whole time. We've gone over some rough water. They don't move at all. They're great. Really a neat feature, kind of a no-brainer. It's one of those things you're like, how come it took so long to make this? This is beautiful. So yeah, when it comes to dock protection, be smart, get yourself a set of these link bumper guards. You'll thank me later. So there's something that bears a little bit of noting, and it's not what you're gonna find in the brochures, and it's just a little bit of honest talk. Is first, it's important that you understand how these machines are built and assembled. They're modular, okay? Modular being that they're built out of multiple parts. And that modularity allows BRP to put these together quickly. It allows them to do it affordably and allows them to sell you an affordable tritoon. So it's a good thing. But what it also means is that although it is a tritoon and it's made out of their Polytech 2 material, it's important that you understand that the outriggers are not pontoons. Although they'll say, oh, it's a pontoon or it's a tritoon, they're really not, because the outriggers aren't waterproof. In fact, they're full of foam and they do let some water in, all right? They add extra flotation and they add stability, which is great and what makes it a good, stable watercraft. But again, it's not waterproof. So if you're thinking you can run it up onto a beach, or if you can bring it up onto a sandbar like you would a TIG welded aluminum tritoon, slow your roll a little bit. You gotta be aware of what this is made out of and how to use it. We want you to enjoy your Switch as long as you have it. So guys, pay attention to the fact that the outriggers are not waterproof, they're not sealed, and that they are full of flotation foam, and that you are running on a personal watercraft hull in the center. It's certainly bigger, it's deeper, it's modified as compared to say a GTI, but it is a personal watercraft style hull. It's running a personal watercraft engine with a personal watercraft jet pump. You gotta think, I'm just driving a big PWC and less of I'm driving a small tritoon. So we wanted to find out what a Switch Sport Compact 170 would cost with all the accessories that Sea-Doo gave us today, and it came up to, per their app, $27,853.98 MSRP, and if we applied, we could finance it for $235 a month. So that's pretty cool. I don't think my wife's gonna go for it. But anyway, it's a really affordable pontoon boat for you guys who are looking to have a really fun family vehicle. For us, it's been fantastic. Now for my family, I've got little kids, but they're gonna grow up. So if I'm gonna buy this, I might wanna consider either having the seating be rearranged where I could have a little bit more weight up on the bow, because as it is right now, the 13-footer, when trying to launch and get to plane, even trimming the nose all the way down, we're still doing a pretty strong wheelie until about 18 miles an hour once it gets to plane. Ideally, we probably want to get some weight up front, so we might want to rearrange our seating, and that is all available through BRP's accessory program. And they have all sorts of stuff at the parts and accessories catalog for you to customize your Switch. But for you guys who don't have a family like I do, or if it's you and your wife, or you and just some friends, this is really a really good fit. We're having a blast on this one. Very easy to control, very easy to navigate. Nothing is surprising. It's just a good all-around fun entry-level tritoon. So all in all, what's our takeaway on the Switch? We've had the most fun on the compact and the sport package, and the compact is the loosest, it's the most squirrely, it's the most like a personal watercraft of all the Switches. And with the 170 motor, you really can't lose. Unfortunately, you can't get the 230 in the smallest package. That's probably a recipe for disaster. It's probably a good thing. But as we can tell, this has been an absolute winner for us. So if you're looking for something for the whole family, if you're looking for a personal watercraft that you can take friends out, that you can take the kids out on the lake and just have a really awesome day on the water, really get the most out of your summer. So guys, if you're interested, definitely reach out to your local Sea-Doo dealership. There's a lot of those guys out there who are sitting on product that will happily custom equip them with the right accessory bundles and other accessories that you gotta have. Build it the way you want. And frankly, between you and me, right now is the time to buy. There's a lot of these dealers who really want to move these things out, and you can strike when the iron's hot. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We had a blast today. I'm super grateful to Sea-Doo for letting us come out and just thrash on this thing for a while. We're gonna keep it for a few more hours, and then I'll finally have to turn it back in. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, maybe share it with your friends, and leave a comment. Tell us how you feel. And if you want more awesome Sea-Doo content, you want more awesome jet ski content, definitely go and hit the subscribe button at the bottom of this video. Hit the alarm bell so you don't miss any alerts. And check us out at www.watercraftjournal.com, where new articles are written and published every day, Monday through Friday, entirely subscription free to you. We'll see you there.